welcome. I got my decaf coffee. I have my water. I have my hand lotion, and I am ready to answer any and all of your homeschooling questions. Hello, welcome to my live tonight, everybody. It's so good to see you. Hey, if you're already in here, oh my goodness, Instagram, hello. Hi, we are on TikTok. Hi, TikTok. We're on Instagram. We are on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome, everybody. I'm Christy-Faith, author, speaker, podcaster in the homeschool space. I'm an educational expert. I've been in education for over 20 years. I've read thousands of IEPs. I've worked with hundreds of families, more than that, actually. And I am here tonight to answer any and all of your educational questions. I want to hear from you first because I love to know who's here on the live with me tonight. First off, I want to hear, this is going to sound silly, but I'm kind of in a dry spell. I'd love to know your favorite weeknight go-to dinner because I'm a little bit in a rut right now. Weeknight dinner. And as you know, Scott's been helping a lot with the meals. You probably could use a little inspo too for the meals that you're doing. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Welcome to my live. It's so good to see you. I'm Christy-Faith, author, speaker, podcaster. I wrote this book called Homeschool Rising. If you are homeschool curious within the first 5 years of homeschooling or a veteran homeschooler, sit tight. Tonight's your night. Let's talk shop about homeschooling. And if you are a veteran homeschooler, please stay because I always get tons of homeschool curious parents who are scared and they need your encouragement. I also, I'm sure people from Thrive will be coming because I put in a little note as I usually do, like, hey, we're going live. Come join me because I love seeing my friends and the familiar usernames and handles. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. I'm Christy-Faith. I want to know what category you are in right now. Are you homeschool curious? Are you in your first 5 years, which I would consider more newer? Or are you a veteran homeschool mom? And then with that, not just that, I want to know what style homeschooler you are. As you guys know, there's 9 different pedagogies. What one are you, or what's your primary one? Do we already have a question?
We have a lot of meals that we.
Oh, meals. Okay.
And we've got Wild and Loud Mama, homeschool curious.
Okay, Wild and Loud Mama. Please ask any questions you have. We are a non-judgmental place. I will be the first to say that not everyone can homeschool and not everyone should homeschool. However, for a motivated parent who loves their kiddo, there is no better place to educate a child than in the home. That is the thesis of this book. And I will shout it from the rooftops till the day that I die. And it doesn't make any other option bad. I've done the research. So yes, what are some of the recipes?
Miss Molly says tacos.
Tacos.
Homewise says quick boneless grilled chicken, grilled veggies, and naan. I love naan.
I love naan. Do you have a sauce? I'm feeling like there might be a yogurt sauce with that.
Mississippi pot roast.
Wait, who's the Mississippi pot roast?
McCabe, Ellen McCabe.
Okay, what platform?
Insta.
Okay, will you email me the recipe? You can just go to the hello email. I love Mississippi. Yeah, go to the website and you don't even have to, and you just click email, Christy. I love pot roast, like a wet pot roast. I just love it. And Mississippi ones are good. And remember I did one a while back and we all loved it and then I lost the recipe? It had peppercini in it.
Oh, yeah.
And what is the signature of a Mississippi? I think it has to have, well, anyway, I'll let you guys answer. Yeah, another recipe?
No, we got Trina, homeschool or hybrid homeschool curious.
Okay.
Homeschool or hybrid school curious.
Yes. Oh, good. I'm so glad you're here tonight. For those of you who are homeschool curious, I have a free ebook that you can download right this second. It's the 10 steps on how to homeschool, but it's more than that because it kind of gives you a picture of what homeschooling would look like. So grab that free download. You just click my face on whatever platform you're on. Boom, done. And then, of course, when someone decides to homeschool, immediately, what is the next question I get besides socialization? The next question I get is, Christy, what curriculum is good and what curriculum do I buy? And so I also have a free download of my curriculum recommendations based on my opinion. So Oh no, I forgot to shut down notifications. I think people are joining Thrive right now. If you hear a ding, it's because people are joining Thrive like crazy today. If you have questions about what Thrive Homeschool Community is, just ask in the comments. But I want to make sure that we're getting at those homeschool curious mamas. And also, if you are a current homeschooler and you had a hard day, would you let me know right now in one of the comments what was hard about your day? Let's problem solve together.
Okay, here's some more. McCabe, first 5 years, don't know my style, but we use the good and the beautiful, and we're flexible.
Mm-hmm. The good and the beautiful is considered a Charlotte Mason curriculum.
And she could take your...
Yeah, and you can take my 5, that's the other thing, is if you don't know your homeschool style, I have a free 5-minute homeschool style quiz. And you're like, why is that important? Well, a lot of people don't realize that our public school system and most of the private schools in our country are following one pedagogy that is rather new. It's about 150 years old. That's kind of new when you think of like world history. And so there are 9 different pedagogies. There is Charlotte Mason, classical, unit study, unschooling, Montessori, Waldorf, you name it. Okay, there's 9 of them. The reason why it's important to know your pedagogy, it's actually pretty utilitarian in my opinion. It's to narrow down curriculum choices, because I can't tell you how many mamas, let me just tell you the problems that we solve in Thrive. They started homeschooling and they're miserable. And I have them take the 5-minute homeschool style finder. And then we realize they bought a completely traditional curriculum and they're more of the interest-led unschooly style. That's their heart. Well, you're never going to be happy with like a super highly structured, like classical or traditional type of curriculum. So it's not that we have to be married to our homeschooling styles. It just helps you not make costly, expensive mistakes with curriculum that is not a fit. It also helps you adapt your current curriculum to more of your style, right? Because one thing, I don't like people coming into Thrive and then me telling them to buy a different curriculum than they've already bought when they've spent a lot of money. The first thing I try to do is help them adapt what they currently have to make it fit them better. Yes.
McCabe wants to know, where can we take this quiz? What's the website?
Yeah, so if you click my face, it's the link tree. Click my face and you'll see a page will pop up and you'll scroll. And I think the style finder, is it third one down?
Not sure. Something like that.
Can someone tell me if it's third down? The first one is How to Homeschool Guide. The second one I think is curriculum recommendations. And I think the third is the style quiz. All free, you guys. Yeah.
Wild and Loud Mama, what is Thrive?
Yes. So where is Wild Mama?
She's on Insta.
Okay. Hi, Wild Mama. She was asking, I'm supposed to repeat your questions. Wild Mama, you're asking, what is Thrive Homeschool Community? Thrive Homeschool Community is where you get, it's my community that I started, and it's where you get all the support, training, and advising that you need to build a fail-proof homeschool. It's like starting your master's degree in homeschooling. We have master classes in there, office hours. We mentor you. You can DM me and the mentors. We have Zooms every month. We are currently at 5 Zooms in January. We're probably going to be at 6 or 7 Zooms per month. And we help you in the area that you need most at the time. So for example, we have office hours that are for littles, just moms who are homeschooling preschoolers to 2nd grade. We have office hours for mamas who are teaching elementary kids. So because we have office hours for teens. And then we also have a separate office hours for seasoned homeschool moms. Those of us have, our kids are a little bit older. We are struggling from burnout and those types of things. So we kind of categorize you to the help that you need in the stage that you're in with the ages kids you have. You're welcome to come to all of the office hours. Of course, we want you, but we have to target them because we don't want high school mama in an office hours and she's having to listen to an hour conversation on pencil grip for a kindergartner. And those are the types of things we talk about. So we split you up by age. Yes.
Cedar Hill Thread.
Yeah.
I love this. I need to look into your Thrive community again.
Oh, good. Okay. So ask me about Thrive. now, tonight, because it's on Black Friday sale right now. And at midnight tomorrow, the prices are going up. Right now, it's 50% off. So make sure that you ask all your questions while I'm here tonight on the live. That's one of the reasons why I'm going live more this week, is because my email is so flooded, I can't get to all the emails. And so we are going live to hopefully hit everybody who's really interested. Yeah.
Stories of Stephanie. My daughter's giving me attitude, not wanting to cooperate.
Yes.
Always testing boundaries.
Yes.
And leaving me exhausted.
Yes. What platform is she on, and what's her name?
She's on Insta, and it's
Okay.
Stephanie.
Okay, Stephanie. She's getting pushback resistance from her daughter. What else? Pushback resistance. Did I hear eye rolls? What did I hear?
You heard attitude.
Attitude.
Not wanting to cooperate and testing boundaries.
Okay, attitude, not wanting to cooperate, and testing boundaries. So, and I don't know if Marnie Love is here tonight, but she is our in-house certified parenting coach in Thrive. She's on all the office hours with me. I can't tell you how much time we spend on your exact problem in Thrive, because it's not just a quick fix. It's not just do this one thing and everything's fixed. We really like to get to the bottom. You know, you could be facing this resistance and the attitude because of something deeper going on within your daughter, either with her learning or maybe with some emotional stuff. And we like to help you get to the bottom of that. That's why we have a really amazing mentoring team, and we kind of figure out from all the different angles what could be going on to try to problem solve and get to the bottom of it. So if it's really, really getting bad, I consider this your personal invitation from me to join Thrive while it's on Black Friday sale, because I know, even tomorrow we can start the work. We can start the work. Yes. Let me take a sip of coffee.
My 5-6-year-old boys are bored of copying ABC letters, but they don't want to copy sentences. Any writing curriculum suggestions?
Okay, 4 and 5? 6 and 7? No, 5 and 6. 5 and 6-year-old boys are okay with copying letters, but not longer sentences. So you're getting resistance with the copy work. The first thing, so you guys need to know that I am an educational expert. I've read thousands of IEPs. What I like to eliminate first, the last conclusion I ever make, which I never usually make this conclusion, is laziness. It's the last conclusion I make, because I know, okay, there's something going on, because resistance is a, hello, mom, I'm raising my hand, something's up. So, I'm not a person that's convinced that constantly changing curriculum is going to solve your problems, right? Because copy work is copy work. So the first thing I would be wondering is, and asking you is, do you see any motor skill issues going on with the handwriting? How's the pencil grip? Things like that. I'd be wondering if maybe I need to send you to some of my OT friends who can take a look. And then I'd try to eliminate all of those things before we go to like finding some magical curriculum. So, and we do have, we have curriculum recommendations. So I have good recommendations for handwriting curriculum in my download that's free. You just click my face, it goes right to the free downloads. Download the curriculum recommendations. I have a section in there for handwriting, which is different than composition. Right? We separate those two things. We have penmanship handwriting, and then we have composition writing, which I have 2 separate sections for you in there. Yes. Okay.
Jessica on Facebook, new homeschooler, 4 weeks in and not sure our style yet. We're struggling with our 11-year-old daughter doing her independent work.
Okay.
While we are at work.
Okay.
She has to stay with her papa 3 days a week while we work outside the home.
Okay.
I can tell she just flies through everything then when we are doing her assignments in the evening. Any tips getting her to put forth more effort while we can't be with her?
Yes. So I have a masterclass in Thrive. I actually taught it in September, and it's how to foster independence with our kiddos. So here's the thing, is that we all of us humans have a tendency to like fly through our work, right? To get it done, to get our freedom. what I have found, especially with kiddos your same age, and I don't know if people heard your question, but she wants to foster more independence with her 11-year-old daughter because both parents work. And so she has to do some work on her own and then the parents check it later. But it seems like she's not putting in her best effort and she's kind of flying through it, just checking the boxes, right? And so I know how that feels. That's upsetting because, right, you want your daughter to love learning. You want her to be engaged by it and love it. And so, number one, you did say you don't know your homeschooling style. That would be the first thing I would be asking you. So take the free 5-minute homeschool style finder that I have for free on my website. Just click my face. It'll take you right to it. And then that's what I'd be asking you. And then I would be asking you what curriculum you are currently using. And I would want to know your routine for accountability because what my friend Durenda Wilson, do you guys know her? My friend Durenda, Wilson is famous for saying, ready for it? You can't expect what you're not willing to inspect. And so what I have found with kiddos when they get in the preteen and teen years is the accountability has to be strong and it has to be consistent, and it is hard. If you're wondering what my accountability looks like as a mama who's twice exceptional myself, I'm gifted and I have ADHD, and so I am just all over the place with my big ideas all day long. I have to put myself on a schedule, right? This is my schedule. This is like the column. So the left column is mom, then kid 1, kid 2, kid 3, kid 4. They know where I am at all times, and I work full time. So my working time is on here too. And so they know when they have to work independently, what is expected of them after that independent work time. They know exactly when I'm going to sit down with them and hold them accountable for the work that they did independently. And even today, what did I get? I got sloppy copy work. So I handed it back and I had the child redo the copy work. That child was not happy. But if I don't do that, even when I'm tired, I'm never going to get good penmanship, right? So I hope that is a little bit encouraging. I hope that answers your question. I'd love for you to join Thrive or just look at it. Just look at Thrive. You'll know within 30 seconds if it's for you, but I know we can help you further and really get to your individual situation to help your daughter and you thrive. Yes.
Kayla says, I recognize that saying from a podcast.
Yes. Not mine.
Maybe Dorinda's.
Yeah. Did she say it on mine too? It's from a book.
Yeah.
It's from her book. Okay. I should have silenced notifications. I wonder if I can do that now.
It's all right.
Because it dings when people are joining Thrive. Okay.
Lee, hi. I'm struggling with my dyslexic student. He is in 2nd grade and still not blending sounds right.
Okay. Yeah, I probably would seek a consult with somebody. If you already know that he has dyslexia, if you are already using curriculum that is following the science of reading, everybody's calling themselves, what platform is she on? I want to know where to look. TikTok. Okay, yeah. And the question is, my 2nd grader is dyslexic and not blending, right? That was the question? 2nd grader.
Yeah, in 2nd grade, still not blending.
Yeah, 2nd grade, still not blending. So, and you have a dyslexia diagnosis already. So if you already have a dyslexia diagnosis, my first question is, I would want to know what reading curriculum you are using, because my list is small of what I think parents should be doing for their reading curriculum. Everybody's calling themselves OG. That stands for Orton Gillingham. It doesn't mean they are. I just want you to know that. And there's a lot more to the science of reading beyond Orton Gillingham. So, and then if I felt like you were using one of those that are actually really solid and you're still struggling, then I would be recommending that you consult with somebody.
Over on Instagram, Molly, I suspect my 7-year-old may have sensory issues, ADHD. We homeschool through a charter. Do you recommend I seek an IEP?
Okay. So what's the age of the child? She wants to know.
7.
7-year-old child. She suspects ADHD? Okay, suspects ADHD and sensory stuff going on. And then
should she seek an IEP?
Should you seek an IEP? So I think you should seek answers if you need help fully understanding his learning profile. But we don't need, this is going to sound groundbreaking to some people, but it's not, it's really not. We don't need IEPs. Homeschool families don't need IEPs. IEPs are legal documents that legally require the schools to follow accommodations for our kiddos who have diagnoses. When you homeschool, you just need information. You don't need legal documents. The reason why I asked his age is because if your kiddo was in high school, for example, and you were wanting extra time on the SAT or the ACT, then you do need that. You do need a diagnosis to do that. So, but there are lots of ways to get the help you need. Even professionals that will give you all the same tests and kind of unlock how your child's brain is working without going through that really tedious IEP process, okay? What could be helpful to you is a diagnosis and some strategies. But when we get to that IEP, that's just a legal document for the schools to make accommodations. Homeschoolers don't need those. They can help us, right? But yes?
She says, should I get him assessed outside of school?
Yes.
Yeah. School says if I get him assessed through them, he'll get an IEP.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if you get him assessed through them, he'll get the IEP and then he'll get accommodations. And how, I know you're homeschooling through a charter. Is she in California?
Not sure.
Yeah. So you can go the private route. Usually the testing is better going through the private route. And then it can be a rigmarole if you want to end up getting that IEP. But you don't. So let's take a step back and talk about what IEPs are. So IEPs, of course, as I mentioned before, are legal documents. If you look at the back, I've read thousands of them, okay? If you look at the back of an IEP, it's giving accommodations. It's giving recommendations for what the school should be doing to help this child learn better. They are so rinse and repeat, you guys. Like everyone thinks it's like this groundbreaking thing. Like I've read thousands of them. If every single one is extra time on tests, quiet work environment, frequent breaks. I mean, really, so many of them are the same. Now, what we can't provide as homeschool families, unless we are a therapist ourselves, is we can't provide the therapies. So often they will uncover a speech delay or that the child needs OT or something like that. Now, in that way, diagnoses are helpful, right? Because we can't provide those for our kiddos. We have to seek outside help for those. But everything else, you guys, those of you who have kiddos with special needs, listen to this right now. Everything else on those IEPs, besides the therapies, you can do at home. You can give extra time. You can give frequent breaks. You can help your child who has sensory needs. Every single thing on there, you can do at home. So in a way, IEPs aren't necessarily the most useful things. Now that I can think of reasons why you would want an IEP, like I mentioned earlier, extra time on the SAT and things like that. So I would be asking you, and you can answer in the comments, is there a particular thing you need for him while you're homeschooling with the charter that the IEP would require? And what is that exactly that you would be seeking? Yes.
So Radically Unschooling says, they pushed for my son to get it, and we ended up pulling him anyway. He thrives at home.
Yeah. Yeah. And kids with sensory stuff, like, come on, classroom, it's crazy. Yeah. Of course the home is a better environment. Of course the home is more peaceful. And then you're like, well, what about the socialization? Well, ask me about the socialization. If you're curious, if you're in the homeschool curious category and you're scared about socialization, we can talk about it right now. Go ahead and ask. Yes.
It's me, darling. The quiz says I'm unit studies, interest-led, eclectic. Suggestion for making my kids more independent. You talked about that. Or
yeah.
Kids will ask for help on every single detail.
We do not want our kids asking for help on every single detail. I so want you to watch my masterclass on fostering independent learners. please, please, please join Thrive tonight on the Black Friday sale. And then after you join, either tonight or tomorrow, binge that workshop. It will transform things for you. I promise. It's a masterclass on fostering independent learners, and it's in Thrive. So every month in Thrive, we have a masterclass that's like highlighting something really specific. We have them on like spelling issues, reading, on this, fostering independent learning, socialization. We have someone coming in talking about high school transcripts. We have parenting masterclasses. Yes.
Kimberly Baker says socialization, fighting words. Amna Ali says, what about social interaction? What is about social interaction? And what's the difference between an IEP and a 504?
Yeah, so IEPs, if you're gonna get something, you want an IEP. It's just stronger legally. I never liked the 504s. So, but the schools try to push for the 504s because they're legally required to, there's a little bit more leeway for them with the 504s. Okay, and then socialization was the next one?
Yeah, what about social interaction?
Yeah, so what about social interaction? So chapter 7 in this book, Homeschool Rising, is on socialization. So I'm a little bit disruptive in my space when it comes to socialization. And a lot of people don't agree with me, but my husband agrees with me. And maybe Kimberly Baker. Kayla agrees with me, right? Okay, so here's my take on homeschool socialization. I was really frustrated in the homeschool space that everyone is playing defense. And what I mean by this is this. No, my kid is socialized. We have friends. Or no, we go to a co-op. Yeah. Or we do this and we do karate and we do this and we do this. It's very defensive because what it sounds like is, no, my kid's just like yours. And you know what? They're not. And that's kind of the point. So here is my point. My point, when I talk about socialization in my book, and I have a masterclass on socialization in Thrive, is the socialization that occurs in our school system is incredibly toxic, and there are some bad things that are happening. One, this might not sound toxic to you, but actually the process of age segregation is quite limiting and stifling to children. The only reason why kids are sorted by their age and grade is to make things easier for the system. It's a way to make things easier to educate masses amounts of kids. Age mixing is way more healthy. It allows children to role play as an older or a younger. It allows older kiddos to mentor. Maybe if you're a kid, like for example, my youngest, she's always the youngest in our family. I love it when she's in a new environment where she's the oldest and can mentor or can help or, things like that. So age mixing is such a healthy way to socialize a child. And I talk about that in my book. I also talk about the argument that Gabor Mate and Gordon Neufeld make in a fabulous book called Hold On to Your Kids. And they talk about the disorder of peer orientation. And you guys, you know how on TikTok and on Instagram and social media, there's like those trends right now about eyebrow blindness or eyelash blindness. Like, why didn't anybody tell me my eyebrows were so bad or my eyelashes were so bad? Literally, we have socialization blindness in our nation where we actually think that if a child does not attend a school with hundreds of kids and is in a classroom with all the kids their same age, that they will not be socialized. Okay, so let me ask you, after the age of 18, when were you last in a room with 29 other people your exact same age? So the argument of how are they going to be prepared for real life, like they're not. That doesn't prepare them for real life, right? And basically what they're arguing in their book about the disorder of peer orientation, that what has happened is kids are spending so much time away from their families. We're talking 7 hours a day, 5 days a week for 12 years straight with very short summers. They are attaching to their peers, where their peers matter more to them than their safe center of their families. Now, people look at homeschool families and say, oh, you're sheltering your kids, because maybe our kids do look different. Maybe our kids do present differently. But who's to say which one is healthier? So I actually set out to try to figure that out. Okay. One, I knew that 87% of peer-reviewed studies show, okay, get your little pencils, everybody. 87% of peer-reviewed studies show that homeschooled kids are happier and healthier socially, emotionally, and psychologically. Okay? Mic drop on that. And of course, the naysayers are going to be like, no, there must be something wrong with the studies. Okay. Peer-reviewed studies, people. 87% of the peer-reviewed studies show this. Okay? Taking it a step further, I wanted to know, based on psychology and child psychology, what are the characteristics of a child who has been socialized in a healthy way? A happy, social, wonderful kid. Guess what? I came up with 13 characteristics. Well, I didn't come up with them. I found 13 characteristics. And I was shocked to realize that not a single one of those 13 items requires a classroom or requires a school. Not a single ding-dong one of those 13 items, okay? So then I hear the argument, you can stop me when you want me to. Then I hear the argument, well, my kid is extroverted, so they need school. Okay, well, does that mean that if you have an introverted child, you must keep them home? It's ridiculous. People's arguments on the socialization stuff is just so stinking ridiculous. It drives me crazy. Here's my point. We are the parents. We have extroverted kids. We have introverted kids. We have the opportunity to give them a beautiful social life. Yes, we want our kids to have friends. We want our kiddos to interact with all sorts of people. I want my kids to be able to play with a baby on a blanket in the park and then go to a birthday party in the afternoon and hold an intelligent conversation with an elderly person. To me, that is a socialized child, not a child who has grown up in the age-segregated world of our system of forced association, who when you ask them a question at the mall, they can't even make eye contact. I can go on. So.
Joy Michelle, just joined tonight.
Okay, Joy. I'm a lot more calm in there. The socialization thing just, really, people? Like, think for 1 second. Really?
Abby Gibby, hi, joining, loving Thrive. I just joined, seems so worth the money.
I know Abby already. Hi, Abby.
She's on Facebook.
Yeah. And if Aaron Davis, are you here tonight? Aaron, I need to talk to you. And I also need to talk to Julie G. Can you guys DM me and Thrive?
Also on Facebook.
Okay.
Jessica also just recently joined. I did take the Style Finder, got Waldorf, Charlotte Mason, and Classical.
Oh, fun. That's going to be fun.
I just don't know where we fit amongst those three quite yet.
Yes. We'll help. We'll help you. We got it.
My kids are more social being homeschooled than when they were in public school.
Absolutely.
Public school is sit down, shut up, eat your lunch
real
quick, so you can go
yeah.
out for a 25-minute recess.
Raise your hand because you're not even allowed to go to the bathroom. Yeah, but those are the kids who are socialized. And you know what I think too is I just think that homeschoolers can present differently, and that just makes people uncomfortable. It just makes people uncomfortable. And to which I say it's kind of the point. I don't want my kids to look like the rest of the kids, and I've seen The Village, and I don't want it raising my kid. Now, do my kids have tons of friends? Yes. Do we have lots of social opportunities and sports and the co-ops and all that stuff? Yes, of course we do. Of course we do.
Aaron Davis is here.
Aaron. Oh, yeah. Yes, Aaron. So, hi, Kimberly. Aaron, I need to talk to you. I had an idea today that ropes you into it.
Diana says amen.
Oh, where's Diana?
She's on TikTok.
Hi, Diana.
Okay.
You guys, we started out, let me get regulated. No, I'm serious. Okay. So, by the way, the last 2 lives, Scott's had to block people. So, anyway, I really do. I started this live asking you guys, we're kind of in a rut on weeknight dinners. Okay, this is totally unrelated, but I actually do want to know. Do you have a really good go-to weeknight fast, like 30 minutes or less, tasty recipe? Preferably wet. You know, I like sauces, right? I like wet food, don't I?
You do?
Yeah, I want sauces. If you have something good, you know, someone had a Mississippi pot roast earlier. Yes, hard yes. I love pasta. I love sun-dried tomatoes. I love artichokes. I love asparagus. I love Greek food. Anybody have some good, like, marinated chicken Greek yumminess? Yeah.
Oh, Amna Ali, my son
With the
is doing
tzatziki?
online for his 11th grade.
Online.
Any test prep resources or recommendations?
Yes. So this mama is doing online school for her 11th grader. Any test prep resources? I really like Jean's Test Prep Genius. You can go to her website. Test Prep Genius.
Charlene.
And tell her I sent you, because I don't know if I'm friends with Jean. I don't know if she used to give me a coupon code. So tell her that I sent you. Totally name drop. And then she might give you a discount. Yeah.
Julie G, we have a great Greek marinade. Chicken.
Julie is here.
Souvlaki.
Wait, where's Julie?
Favorites. She's on TikTok.
Okay. Julie, I want the...
Great.
Yes, I want it. Greek marinade chicken. Yes, I want it. I want it all. And I want to... Right before this live, I was like, I got to reach out to Aaron and Julie. So I'm roping you guys into something.
Charlene on YouTube. I just joined Thrive tonight. So excited.
Hi, Charlene. I haven't seen you yet.
2 ADHD kiddos.
Oh, good.
8 and 10.
Good.
Dad and I work full time. 8-year-old daughter is doing BJU online.
Okay.
But wants me to be her teacher.
Okay.
We did a mini unit study and she loved it. Thinking about working more in unit studies.
Ooh, how fun. Oh, we can absolutely help you. And I didn't say like good, good ADHD. I was saying good because you're a fit for Thrive. We can absolutely help you. And I'm so glad you joined. Yay. You guys, Thrive Homeschool Community is on Black Friday sale right now and it ends midnight tomorrow. So if you've been lurking, you need to decide if it's for you before tomorrow night. I mean, you can join next week when the prices are higher, but it's probably better to figure out a time to check it out in the next 2 days.
Veggie beef stir fry now.
Oh, veggie beef stir fry. Who?
With Japanese barbecue sauce.
Oh, who is this person?
Natalie on YouTube.
Natalie, will you go to my website and click email Christy and send us the recipe? And Bryn will she'll forward it to me. I'll tell Bryn that I asked for recipes on the live and she'll forward them to me.
Oh, Charlene says Ina Garden's Greek salad.
Oh, I love Greek salad.
And Ina Garden.
And I love Ina Garden.
Chicken.
When we were newlyweds, I had all of her books. And I still make her goat cheese chicken. It's stuffed with that's the one where it's the basil is stuffed with the goat cheese under the skin of the chicken breast. You know that one? That's her.
Jennifer Edwards, lemon chicken orzo soup. Yeah.
Oh, yes, Jennifer. Oh, you guys. Oh, this is already feeling... I'm hot right now. Is there a fan over there, babe?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you pair CTC math with another math curriculum that's on paper?
You can make CTC on paper. If you're curious, so no, CTC is a full math curriculum. You don't need anything else. So let's just start there. Pat, I had him on, the gentleman that you hear teaching all the lessons. I had him on my podcast. Go listen to that and hear what he has to say. He's a huge believer that the kids need to be working the stuff out on paper. And there's options on the parent portal side to print the stuff out. So, and CTC is a sponsor of my podcast. Sometimes they sponsor these lives. They're not a sponsor tonight, but I'm happy to talk about them for sure. I love CTC. We use it in our home.
Holly, watch the podcast with test prep, and remember, do you have your kids do test prep practice once a week?
Yes.
Can you speak to what that looks like? I have an 8th grader and would love ideas.
Yeah, this is what it looks like. Literally did it today. Yeah, just buy a Princeton Review or one of the test prep books. Just get it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble and then work through the problems. And we just do a page or two a day. And then when you get to the practice test portions where it's like, okay, this is a 45-minute reading comprehension part, the way I handle that is I have, like my son did this last week, I had him on Monday just take that. And then on Tuesday, we went over all of his missed questions. And I said, you know what, you've done enough for the week. You get the rest of the week off. You don't have to do any test prep. Because other than that, we're doing it about 20 minutes a day. But I'm a huge believer in having our kids participating in test prep because that's a whole skill in itself. It should be considered a course, in my opinion, especially in high school, an elective.
Kayla's giving me date ideas for you. Taking you to Mongolian barbecue.
Yes. Kayla, I like where you're going here. A date?
Date.
That sounds good, babe.
Cynthia, I have a 2-year-old. What would be your advice in helping him advance his learning? 2 years old. Cynthia.
Play. Just play. When your child turns and foster that curiosity and read picture books, read that book. And I know ladies, on my 4th kid, I did not want to read Pickle Chiffon Pie 10 times in a row. I didn't. I really didn't. Just do it anyway. And then just think of me saying, good job, mama, you did it. Because literacy is so important. We want them to fall in love with story. We want them to have wonder about the world. Do not have your 2-year-old doing anything academic, you guys. They've actually done studies on this. The latest study was done in Europe where they had kiddos do highly academic preschool coursework. And the study showed it was kind of a longitudinal study and it backfired. The kids got burnt out and hated learning earlier. It did not make savants. You got to remember our kids' brains are developing. So that's not really a great strategy. And by the way, this is coming from a mama who had back in the day, when I had only one child, I had my 4-year-old in cello lessons. Okay. So I am so embarrassed about it now. I was that mom. I was that tiger mom. My kid's going to be a savant and I'm going to homeschool and they're going to be a genius and nah. That was me. But that's not me now. So don't join Thrive if you just heard me and then you're like, that sounds good. I want to be a tiger mom. Don't join Thrive. I'm all for rigor in academics, but I'm also all about connection with your kiddos and redeeming childhoods. And yes, giving them what they need academically, absolutely. And preparing them for a bright future. But equally, I want your family to be connected. I want you to have a great relationship with your kids because I know that's where the secret sauce is. That's where you're going to fall in love with homeschooling. There was another question that came up regarding that. Oh, the 2-year-old. When they're three, we recommend very light, fun, play-based, early phonics, early numeracy skills, and things like that. And then you don't start anything really formal until age 5. And then even when you do that, it's not very much in the day because they're still babies. And yes, we do want to start teaching our 5-year-old to read. They're not always ready. Sometimes you have to put it down and pick it up 6 months later. But we help you through all of that in Thrive. Yeah.
Please share your thoughts. This is HomeWise. Please share your thoughts. Is it wise to focus solely on math and ELA throughout elementary school to mastery before moving on to other subjects? I have a hunch that with strong reading, writing, comp skills, they'll be able to learn anything.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So future success in high school level coursework, such as the upper sciences like physics and things like that, and lit classes and things like that, all of that is a foundation of mathematical skills and reading comprehension skills. You are absolutely right. Now, am I going to advise only do those things until high school? I'm not, because our kids are so curious and they have so much wonder. And we do want to teach them the lessons of history. We do want them to be transformed through story and to fall in love with literature. And we want to talk about big ideas. We want to have Socratic discussions. We also want to teach them how to narrate, oral narrations and written narrations. And so, although you are correct in terms of the hard skill set, that's not how I advise homeschooling professionally, because I do want us to be picking up living books, learning about history, doing science experiments, having fun, igniting that wonder, and all of those things. So that's my opinion.
Tatiana on TikTok.
Hi, Tatiana.
12-year-old daughter can't be accountable or efficiently finish her work.
Okay.
I think it takes a long time. Any advice as a mama of 5 kids, I think?
Yeah, absolutely. We can help you in Thrive. A lot of us have ADHD kiddos and are ADHD ourselves. And we can absolutely help you and coach you in Thrive. A really great book, if you guys don't have this book yet, and you do have kiddos that are ADHD, that have an ADHD brain, is a book called Smart But Scattered. It's a pretty good book. We also have a masterclass. I had Dr. Amy Moore come in a couple of months ago. I think it was a couple months ago now, or was it the last? Yeah, 2 months ago. She taught a masterclass on the ADHD brain. It was fabulous. It was so good. So I invite you to just check out the Thrive page, because we help you in the trenches. Okay, I know I'm supposed to be doing this, or I want to try this. What do you think of this? And we work things out with you in the trenches. And we have a lot of experience with kiddos with special needs. If you have a kiddo with special needs, I really would like you to look at the Thrive page tonight, because we are dedicated to you and we will fight for your baby till the end, okay? Till 12th grade, we will fight for you and with you. And it is not always easy, and the days can be hard. And you are my heart. Yeah.
Jessica, she's the right member, on Facebook, is teaching textbooks a full curriculum. This is what my daughter has been doing.
Yes, it is. Abby. My Abby. Yes. My new Abby.
Also on Facebook.
I have a couple Abbies, but this is my new Abby on Facebook.
Do you recommend test prep and taking tests in 8th grade?
Yes.
Which ones?
Yes. It depends. If your kiddo's not ready for practice SATs and practice ACTs, then I would go with ICE, the ISEE, this one. Test prep books.
It's hard.
The math is hard, I know. Yeah.
Emily Cakes on Instagram. I'm pregnant with
Emily
my first.
Cakes.
I'm already looking into which homeschooling to see which program I like the best.
Yes.
How's your program set up? Mostly online, workbook, hands-on ideas?
Okay, she's pregnant with her first. Yeah, so we're a mom support homeschool. So we can help you. Don't join Thrive. You're not ready. I recommend that mamas join Thrive when their kiddos are 2.5, because then we can start prepping you for your preschool years. So you're a little early to do it, to join, because you're gonna really, as you research and learn and grow, you're going to change so much that it's a little bit too early for you to be. And there's so many curricula out there you can take. You know what would be helpful for you is take my 5-minute homeschool style finder, because that will kind of let you know, are you more Waldorf? Are you more classical? Are you traditional? Are you more unschooly? That will help you give you an idea of your philosophical leanings for future curriculum selection. It's a 5-minute homeschool style finder, and it's free. It's right on my website.
You should read your book too.
Oh yeah. Thank you, babe. And you should read my book. It's on Amazon. I always mean to check the price before I go on the lives.
It's under $20.
Okay. It's under $20. That's a good price.
Carrie, she says mine are in 10th grade. I'm not sure what you need, but
yeah.
Let us know, Carrie. Does Thrive prep for adulthood?
Well, Thrive is a community to support the mamas. And yes, we help you prepare your child for adulthood. Yes.
She says,
we are not a student program.
She says curiosity and wonder don't get them into college. They need foundational skills.
Curiosity. Okay, so she is saying curiosity and wonder don't get them into college. They need foundational skills. I'm curious what part of what I said made you think that that's what I was saying. I mean, if anything, I'm an extremely academically rigorous homeschooler, but we can't kill our kids. We got to keep that love of learning and that wonder. We really do. And is college the only way to success? Do you believe that?
Erica San, any advice on 4-year-olds? He is not interested in learning anything, just videos.
Okay. So, have you considered... So, I know nothing but that comment. What the comment said that Scott told me is, my 4-year-old doesn't want to learn anything. He's only interested in videos. So, me not knowing your parenting style or how much screen time or anything, just based on that particular comment, I would highly advise you to engage in a screen fast. And it is hard, and there is a storming phase, but when you get to the other side, you have an engaged, connected kiddo, connected to you and connected to the world. So on office hours this past week, we had a lengthy discussion about screen fasts. I see a huge difference in my own kiddos when we allow them too much screen and when we don't. And not only that, but we have more family time together. But it's hard, especially when we have kiddos that are kind of bouncing off the walls and can drive us crazy and we're tired and we just need to cook dinner and we get it. We get it. This is what we were talking about. But if you prepare yourself and that you just prepare for a storming phase, the kiddo that you get on the other side is pretty amazing. So,
Erica San.
Yes.
He does not get screen time with me, but does have time with his grandma and dad.
Yeah. Yeah. And then is that other person still here?
I don't know.
Who?
Kayla said, curiosity and wonder is what public schools kill.
Yeah. Also, you know what that brings to mind? You know, what that brings to mind too is, I don't know if you guys are familiar. Let me know if you're familiar with the term deschooling. It's different than unschooling. Unschooling is an educational philosophy or a pedagogy. And then deschooling is more of what we engage in when we're trying to pull our kids out of the system and rethink everything. I talk about in my book that my deschooling journey started when I asked myself this one question that was a very dangerous question for me to ask. And the person who was in here, I hope you're still here, and you made the comment, curiosity and wonder. Sorry, I'm giving you tone. I shouldn't. Curiosity and wonder does not get kids into college. And what I did, unfortunately for my life, because it led us to sell our business and move states, is I asked myself this one question, and I asked myself, what is an education? If you are a person that believes an education is the filling of a bucket of tons of information as much as we can before the age of 18 so they can get into that college, deep breath, I'm going to invite you to rethink that, because I believe it has more to do with igniting a fire, as the ancients said? Is it the filling of a bucket, or is it the igniting of a fire? That is not my word. Those are not my words. The ancients said that. We actually don't know who exactly said it. It's attributed to several. And it is more about, and these are my words, it's more about the cultivation of a human being. We want resilient kids. We do want them equipped. If they are college bound, we want them ready for that. We also want them socially and emotionally healthy. We want all of those things. And my argument in the book is, if you are a motivated parent who loves your kids and can, there is no better place on the planet to educate a child than in your home, in your loving home with a motivated parent, period. Or as my son would say, period, because they're now putting the T at the end of the period. They're going period. How do you even say that? Period.
Janet Lopez on Insta.
Hi, Janet.
How do I prepare for high school? Thinking ahead.
Yes. How do you prepare for high school?
My oldest is in 7th.
Yes. How do you prepare for high school? Thinking ahead. First, if you're new to me, I have a podcast episode coming out in a couple of weeks with a guest who's talking just about this. We also help you in Thrive Homeschool Community. Make sure your kiddos are set up for high school. So here's my philosophy. If you guys are curious about my philosophy regarding homeschooling high school, this is it. Not every kid is college bound. And that's okay. I truly believe, though, that we need to navigate the high school years as if they are. And here's why. So that means we need to stay on top of the transcript, make sure their classes are aligning with classes that colleges need to get into college. Because I can't tell you how many kids end up they're 19 and 20 and 21 and they change their mind. And they do want to go to college. And then mama is scrambling, trying to remember what homeschool classes she did back when they were a sophomore. And then she's kind of in some trouble and she has to remember and throw together a transcript later. So I'm a huge believer in just behave like you have a student who is college bound, and prepare your transcripts and your documents and all of that in such a way. Because then all your bases will be covered, no doors will be closed, there won't be any delays. And with that, though, don't think that I'm telling you to do traditional high school. I'm not, because we have a lot of flexibility in terms of how we homeschool high school. So, and we can get into that later.
Kristen, struggling on how to start with my 4-year-old. Instagram.
Okay, Kristen. Struggling on how to start with your 4-year-old. I would love to have you on office hours and Thrive. We have office hours just for mamas of littles, preschool to 2nd grade. And we can help you with some curriculum, but I'm going to give you one tip. Whatever you're looking at, just make sure it's play-based. That's it. Just make sure it's a play-based, whatever you're doing. That they're having fun, they're exploring, it's full of wonder, and your kid loves learning right from the bat.
Melly says, without college, I'm unsure where my child will be. He wants to be a teacher and needs state credentials, yet he's on the spectrum.
Yeah, I mean, homeschoolers can go, we go to college. Colleges are actually recruiting homeschoolers. Did I miss the question, though?
She was the one who made the comment that
colleges are recruiting homeschoolers. Yeah. People think, maybe she's under the assumption, okay, this is real. People do think that because homeschooling is not accredited, that homeschooled kids can't get into college. That actually exists out there. It's such a misconception. It's not true at all. In fact, it's discriminatory. Our kids go to college. Our kids do really well in college. Colleges are recruiting our kids. Yes, with our homeschool transcript that we made in Canva. They're still going to college because we're fulfilling the requirements. And they're taking the SAT and the ACT.
Okay, we're almost at an hour.
Okay, we're almost at an hour. I need your questions before we go. If you guys need help with your homeschooling, a couple of things. While the questions are flooding in, I saw my hearts. While the questions are coming in, I want to share with you, if you are a mama who feels like she doesn't have a ton of support with homeschooling, I want you to look at Thrive. If you are a mama who is homeschool curious and you are going to be homeschooling within the next 6 months, or you have a 2.5-year-old, I really want you to look at Thrive tonight. Now, why am I telling you to look at Thrive? It's because it's on Black Friday sale. So tomorrow night, the prices go up. When you go to the informational page on Thrive, you will know within 30 seconds if Thrive is for you. If you are a seasoned homeschool mom and you're feeling a little bit of burnout, please look at Thrive. We have a special office hours just for you. If you are a mama who is homeschooling kiddos or is about to homeschool kiddos who have special needs, you need to look at Thrive Homeschool Community. We have a special Zoom starting in January with experts where we are going to help you homeschool your kiddo with special needs. We also have 2 frameworks in there. One is called the 8-Step Homeschool Success Framework. And we have something called the Fail-Safe Homeschool Setup. The Fail-Safe Homeschool Setup goes through all the logistics. You know your questions you have right now? What is my day going to look like? How do I schedule everything? How do I pick curriculum? All of those logistics, all of the logistics we cover in the Fail-Safe Homeschool Setup program in there. You also can DM me and the mentors, and it's just a really cool forum as well of moms who are very serious about homeschooling. So, and then we have the master classes, right? We have master classes on socialization, on reading, on spelling, on the ADHD brain. We have ones coming up on preparing college transcripts, parenting. I mean, you name it, we have it in there. So please, 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 I'm not saying Thrive is for you. I'm just saying look at it tonight or tomorrow so that you know if it's for you before the prices go up Friday at midnight. So you can email us too. Actually, don't email us. Right? Don't email us.
No,
yeah. Don't email us. Okay, email us. How do I say? We're so in the weeds with the emails.
Somebody's asking,
should they have a special subject line if they email us so we can like sort for the subject line?
It's okay.
Whatever. Good luck. Good luck if you email me. No, but kind of seriously, good luck. We're so in the weeds. Don't make me check emails tonight, babe. I'm so tired.
I don't know if Emily Cates heard what you said before. She was talking about read your website, but I'm not sure if your program is online-based workbook or lesson. What she doesn't understand Thrive is.
Okay. Yeah. So Thrive is an online community. Its members in it are nationwide. Everything is done over Zoom. Is it workbook? Yeah, you print binders. We have printouts and things for our modules that we go through, but it is it's nationwide. So all of our live meetups, for example, are on Zoom.
Global, actually.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It is global. We have people all over the world now. That's crazy. You're right.
Tell me about
people wake up in the middle of the night to come to office hours.
What is deschooling?
Okay, so deschooling. So, okay, grab my book. It is the second to the last chapter in my book. I've dedicated an entire chapter to deschooling. It's basically unraveling the imprinting that our society has given us as to what an education is. That's the short definition. And we gotta deschool ourselves. We gotta get off the freaking hamster wheel. It's just not good for our kids.
Yeah.
So, are we good?
Maybe one more.
I want chocolate.
I have a 4-year-old started homeschooling, but she's doing kindergarten 5, first grade stuff. Should I start her in first grade next year? Maria on TikTok.
So I would. Is it just okay? So this woman is saying my child who is 4 is doing kindergarten, first grade work in some subjects.
Yeah.
In some subjects. So this is the beauty of homeschooling is in those particular subjects, you can just keep challenging your daughter. And then I would start her from scratch in any new subjects because she could be, okay, so I help kiddos with special needs, and that includes kiddos who are gifted. Did you know that gifted is a special need? So it is. And learning is asynchronous when we have gifted learners. So just because a kiddo just excels in a subject like, say, math, and can be grade levels ahead, they could be right on target with their age level on target for other subjects. So we can't assume that they're going to be there in all of them. This is why kids who are gifted really struggle in school. They struggle in their current grade, and then they're bumped ahead, and they struggle in other areas when they're bumped grade levels ahead. It is just not a fit for the school system, is not a fit for gifted kids. So we have the opportunity when we homeschool to meet our kiddos exactly where they are. I'm a huge proponent of being students of our children so that we can give them what they need now to prepare them for a bright future. And that means having them in all different grade levels for all different subjects, because as they are growing and being challenged in all of the things, that's what we want. And that's why grade levels don't really matter. They just don't matter. Okay, that's a great place to end. Check out Thrive Homeschool Community. It's on Black Friday sale. And I'll see you guys in there. I'll welcome everybody tomorrow. We had a slew of people join today. I'm going to take a rest, okay? I'm going to relax, sit on the couch for a minute. I'm going to finish my coffee. I'll welcome everybody in the morning after I've started the kiddos on homeschooling. Then I'll get in there and I'll welcome everybody who has joined. I got caught up as of like 1 p.m. today. So hang tight. Your welcome message is coming from me. Hold tight. You'll get it probably by afternoon tomorrow. Okay? I love you guys. Okay. See you later.